breaking rules on the edge, looking out with no parachute. You know I'm dreaming about us two, playing around without a clue. On the edge, leaning out. With us it's all or nothing.
Hey guys, it's Lexi. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing what I eat in a day. I have gotten so many requests to film this video, so I am finally going to be sharing what I'm eating. I wanted to let you guys know that I just started doing intermittent fasting. I am now finishing up week 2, and I have been doing intermittent fasting for the last 2 weeks, and I have been loving the results so far. So if you guys don't know what intermittent fasting is, it's essentially where you have a window where you eat and a window where you don't eat. So I have been following the 16-8 split, which essentially means for 16 hours I'm fasting. And before you freak out about that, the 8 hours of you sleeping is included in that 16-hour window. So if you think of that, it's really not as long as it seems. And then I eat for an 8-hour eating window. So what intermittent fasting has been looking like for me is usually I will start eating around 12, which is what I was doing anyway before I started intermittent fasting, and I stopped eating around 8 o'clock. So I have from 12 to 8 to eat, and I have been seeing amazing results so far. So when you're intermittent fasting, they say it's not what you eat, it's when you eat. So essentially you can eat really whatever you want in that window. Although they say you can do that from the research I've done, I really want to start getting into a healthier lifestyle. So for the last 2 weeks, I haven't been following any kind of diet. I haven't been counting calories or macros or anything like that. I've honestly been kind of eating what I want, but with that being said, I essentially eat pretty healthy. So what I've been doing for lunch, so I've been having my carb heavy meals for lunch, and then I've been having like a protein and vegetable for dinner. So lunch looks like, it really depends on the day, but like yesterday I had bacon, eggs, and some toast and like half an avocado. And today I'll have like a sandwich. I think I'm gonna make a panini today, so I'll share that recipe with you guys. But usually for lunch, I try to have a carb heavy meal. And then usually after lunch, I will have like a midday snack around like 3 o'clock. And then I'll usually start cooking dinner around 6:30 and eat around 7. And then sometimes I can have a snack after dinner, but to be honest, I usually don't have a snack after dinner. I usually eat 3 times a day, which makes sense of why I'm losing weight, because when you're intermittent fasting, you really can't eat as much as you think you can in that 8-hour window. So I have been eating a lot less than I usually do. So technically you can have black coffee for breakfast, and you also can have tea, but you really want to make sure you're not putting any creamers in there. I've read so many articles. Some people say you can put like, you can have a, what is it called? Like a bulletproof coffee. I'm not doing that, because to me, like putting a butter in your coffee in the morning, to me that's like added calories. So what I've been doing is first thing in the morning, I fill up my water bottle and I drink water throughout the day, and then I'll do fasted cardio. I usually go to kickboxing, but it kind of changes. I'll do kickboxing like 4 to 5 days a week, and then sometimes I'll do an at-home workout like 2 days a week. It just kind of depends on the week and what I'm feeling. But what I like to do is I like to have a black coffee. So I'll have my water in the morning, I'll go do my workout, and then when I come home from my workout, I will have like black coffee, and that's what I kind of do. Or I'll do black tea. I really like having green tea or oolong tea. So right now it is about 11:20, and I usually will start preparing lunch around 11:30, so that way it can be done by 12 o'clock, and I'm eating right at 12. That has been like my favorite time to eat, because I've kind of trained my body to eat at that time anyway before intermittent fasting. The hardest part, I will say, is stopping to eat at 8. I didn't realize how bad I was doing. I would snack at 8, and it wouldn't even be unhealthy snacks. It would be like mango or like some apple and peanut butter. It wasn't that it was like not healthy, it was just that it wasn't really a good time to be eating. So that has been a huge adjustment to me, eating my last meal before 8 o'clock. But what I will say is when you are intermittent fasting, you're not as hungry. Like right now, I'm not hungry at all. And also when you are intermittent fasting, you eat way less. So I lost 4 pounds with intermittent fasting for 2 weeks, and that's not changing my meal plan. I definitely had some pizza here and there. I had some pancakes here and there. So I lost 4 pounds in 2 weeks from just eating between the hours of 12 to 8 and not following a strict meal plan. So I can only imagine my results if I actually was like eating clean. All right, so for lunch, I'm gonna be making a panini. These are so simple to make and so easy. You can literally use like whatever you want on your panini. I kind of like try to create a similar one to Panera bread. So what I do is I strongly recommend getting it sourdough bread. You can get this from like any grocery store. This makes all of the difference in your panini. If you try to use regular bread, to me it just tastes like a grilled sandwich. So if you want it to be like a real panini, get sourdough bread. It definitely makes a huge difference. And then I'm going to be using just some turkey breast. I'm going to be using a little bit of some cheese, and I'm going to chop up some tomatoes, put some spinach on there. And then I also have some pesto as well that we're going to be spreading on the bread. And then I also do a little bit of onion. And when I'm feeling very fancy, I will grill some bacon up and put some bacon on there as well. But I don't think I'm going to do bacon today since I had pork yesterday. I try not to have pork every day because it's definitely not good for you. So we're not going to do the bacon today. But that's everything for the sandwich. And then I was thinking I would make like a side salad. So I have this lettuce that I'm going to chop up, and then I'm going to use some tomatoes and some onions, just a very basic salad, nothing fancy. And then I may put I'm just going to probably just do tomatoes and onion. And then I also make my own little salad dressing. So I just use Dijon mustard, and I don't even have a measurement to this, you guys. I just pour it in a mason jar and shake it up. Some balsamic vinegar, which I need to figure out where that top is. Some olive oil, a lemon. I usually will use like a half of a lemon. And then I use like a little tiny bit of honey, and then I'll just drizzle that on the salad. So that would be a really delicious, somewhat healthy lunch. All right, so usually for the salad dressing, I don't measure at all, but I want to kind of give you guys a measurement in case you want to recreate it. It's really good. I make it all the time, so I really don't have to measure, but I do know it's 2 parts olive oil and 1 part balsamic. And then I do, I believe, about a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And then literally, this is an optional step, but I think it makes it taste really good. I add like a dash of some honey. I would say like 1/4 a teaspoon of honey. A little goes a long way. A little bit of some garlic. Add that. And then I like to just add a little bit of salt and pepper to the dressing, or you can just add this to the salad as well, whatever you prefer. I just like to do it in the dressing so that way I don't have to worry about adding it in the salad. All right, so once you have everything chopped up, it makes things so simple and easy. You just get 2 pieces of your sourdough bread, and I like to spread some pesto. I get my pesto from Costco, and then I just freeze it, and this one just came out the freezer yesterday because otherwise I can't eat the big jar, so that's why it's in this container. and I spread quite a bit of pesto. And then I just wipe my knife clean and I do some mayo. This is a brand new mayo, so I need to peel this open. Oh, I didn't have the little thing on it. So then for the mayo, I just do a light layer. This just makes it taste so good. All right, I just made my second one and realized I completely forgot a key ingredient, which is spinach. So I'm gonna kind of dismantle this a bit. The spinach gives it so much flavor, so you don't want to forget that. This bag has already been washed. I don't know how I forgot the spinach. And then just put that back. So here is how lunch looks. Made one for Ryan as well. We have a little side salad, which is a pretty decent sized salad. Made a lot of salad. And then we have the panini. This is how it looks on the inside. So good, you guys. If you've never had this before, delicious. Crispy on the outside and so juicy in the inside. So we're gonna eat lunch. And then I'll see you guys when it's time for a snack. You guys, sometimes when you're intermittent fasting, you can't eat as much as you usually eat. So I ate all the salad and the whole panini was just too much. So I'm just gonna save this for lunch tomorrow. I actually have some leftover salad as well in that bowl. So tomorrow I'll just have this half a panini and the rest of the salad. So you definitely eat a lot less than you usually do. So I'm feeling very full from lunch. That panini was so good, you guys. If you make this, definitely tag me over on Instagram. So now I'm getting ready to take my Aronia juice. If you guys have never heard of it, I'm going to be reading you some amazing benefits. Thank you so much to JustNature for sponsoring this video. They did send me over this product and I love implementing healthy things into my diet. I just recently started doing collagen. I've been doing a lot of green tea. I've been doing apple cider vinegar. So when they reached out and told me that this Aronia juice is really amazing at building immunity health, I got super excited about it. And you guys know me, I love doing my own research. So I took so many notes and I want to read to you guys some amazing benefits that Aronia juice has. Aronia berries contain higher levels of antioxidants than cranberries, blueberries, and even strawberries. Studies have shown that antioxidants help reduce the risk of cancer, heart disease, inflammation, diabetes, and bacterial infections. It also says that Aronia berries are rich in fiber, which we all know we need more fiber, vitamin C, which is crucial during this time right now, and powerful antioxidants that may have heart-healthy, immune-boosting, and anti-cancer properties. So from just a little bit of notes I took, Aronia berry seems to be an amazing thing to start implementing into your diet to really build your antioxidants and really help you boost your immune system. I don't know about you, but I am not trying to get sick at all. So here is how the bottle looks. Like I said, it is from the brand JustNature. It says it has a deep and rich flavor. It's 100% natural, which I don't like putting anything in my body that's not natural, so that's really good. The ingredients is just organic Aronia juice, so that's all you're putting in your body, and I just read to you guys the amazing benefits it has, so I'm definitely excited to be drinking this. And it recommends, when I was reading on the bottle, it says it recommends for you to have 2 tablespoons twice a day, and it says to have it with after a meal. So this is actually perfect because I've already had lunch. It says you can drink it with fruit juice, you can mix it in your yogurt, you can mix it in milk, you can add it to water. It can also be added to recipes. How cool is that? It says you can add it to salad dressings, cocktail drinks, and you can even add it to like jam, is what I was reading online. So if you put like jam on your toast, you could just mix it in there. So Aronia is, like, I'm sure it has like a berry taste. I'm not really sure. So I'm excited to go ahead and give this a try. So this is how the bottle looks. And it does say to refrigerate after opening. So after I open this, I will definitely be putting this in my fridge. So that's really good to know that you can mix that in your jam. So I'll probably try it tomorrow, like mixed in my jam. But since it was my first time trying it, I really wanted to try it with water so I can really be able to tell you guys how it tastes. So let's see if it has, let's go ahead and open this up. So it's like a squirt bottle. I love that a lot because you can just kind of do this without making a mess. Let's see. It smells like berries. It kind of just smells like a blueberry, raspberry. I love how easily that squirts out. It makes things mess free. So I have 2 tablespoons. Just gonna mix it with some water. All right, so I have it in my cup. I'm just gonna mix it up. So it actually has a really good taste. Have you guys ever tried a natural cranberry juice? Like, not the ocean spray cranberry juice, like the organic natural cranberry juice that doesn't have any added sugar to it. It tastes like that. So it definitely has a really good taste to it. It doesn't taste like anything you can't put down, like the apple cider vinegar shots I take in the morning. So that's really what it tastes like. So I can understand how you can mix this in a salad dressing. That would have been really good mixed into my salad dressing I made earlier. And I could see it being really good mixed with like a berry jam too. So it has like a tart taste to it. It literally tastes like organic, like cranberry juice is what it tastes like. I definitely probably will add a little bit less water next time because it has a very light taste to it, and I kind of like the taste of like tart, so I probably would do a little bit less water, and it's really good. So I strongly recommend this. This is definitely going to be something I'm going to be implementing in my diet. I'm going to probably take this after dinner as well because it says it's recommended twice a day. I want to get as much of this as possible. So if you guys are interested, I will have all the information down in the description box for you guys, as well as my discount code. And thank you so much to JustNature for sponsoring this video. Hey guys, so it's a little after 1 o'clock right now and I'm ready to have my coffee. So usually before intermittent fasting, I would have my coffee first thing in the morning, but now that I have an eating window between 12 and 8, I've been having like a midday coffee. I've been editing in my office, so I need something to kind of keep me up and alert. So we're gonna be making a delicious iced coffee. I will say, I usually use ice cube trays. I will take some iced coffee and I will pour it in ice cube trays and freeze it. And then I will use that to make my iced coffee. So that way, when your iced coffee starts to water down, it doesn't get like watery, do you know what I mean? So literally all you need to make the iced coffee is this Natural Bliss. It needs to be this brand. I've tried other brands and it's not the same. And just get the sweet cream one. And then you just need this medium roast from Starbucks. Make sure it's the unsweetened one because this coffee is already sweet with the creamer. So if you don't like your coffee super sweet, I would get the unsweetened. If you like your coffee really sweet, then you may want to get the slightly sweet one, but this one's perfect for me. And usually I would have some of this coffee already in an ice cube tray, so that way I could just put the coffee ice cubes in my iced coffee, so when it starts to melt down, it doesn't get all watery like I explained earlier, but we're out of that. So I'm just gonna make some more. Super simple. All you do is just pour the iced coffee in the little cubes. Then you just put the lid on it, and this will be ready to go for tomorrow when I have my iced coffee. You just pour in some of your iced coffee. And leave a little bit of room for some creamer. And then you must have a glass straw and just kind of mix it together. This is the color you want. Just really mix it. that is literally it. Just the Starbucks iced coffee and the sweet cream creamer, and you get a delicious iced coffee. So good. So I'm gonna continue to drink this, head back to my computer, get some work done, and I'll see you guys in a couple of hours when I make my snack. All right, so it is 3:30, and this has been like my favorite snack combination. I've been having this like every day this week. It is so good. So this is actually for Ryan and I. So I have half of an apple and half of a banana. I put a little bit of raisins on the side, and then I just do some organic peanut butter. Make sure your peanut butter doesn't have any added sugars in it. I try to get one that just has peanuts as an ingredient, and this one does. I picked this up from Aldi's. So I do about a tablespoon of that, about a tablespoon of some raisins, and it is just like the most delicious snack. And this will definitely hold me off until I'm ready to have dinner. All right, so here is the snack. Super simple to make. It is very filling, believe it or not. So I love raisins on mine. Ryan doesn't. And I actually get a fork and I put my fork on the banana. I dip it in the peanut butter and the raisin. So good. And then with the apple, I just kind of like dip it in the peanut butter and stick some raisins on top. Delicious, such a good snack. Hey guys, so it is several hours later and I just got home and I want to go ahead and start making some dinner. So it is about 6:34 to be exact, and I like to have dinner around 7:30. My eating window could go technically till about 8:30 today because I didn't actually eat that panini till 12:30 because filming me cooking took a little bit longer than expected, but that's okay. But I'm still just gonna stop at the 8 o'clock mark because that's just what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks and it just works really well. So I'm gonna be cooking up some Parmesan crusted chicken. I've never shared this recipe on my channel and I'm in shock that I haven't because it is so good, so flavorful. The chicken gets so crispy with the ingredients I toss it in. It almost tastes like fried chicken. Not exactly, but it almost does. So pretty much I just coat the chicken in an egg mixture, Parmesan cheese, and Panko Bread Crumbs. You can actually not do the Panko Bread Crumbs and do some almond flour instead. It won't get as crispy, but it's still really good. I am just personally out of almond flour, so I'm just gonna do the Panko Bread Crumbs. And then we're gonna have this with a side of broccoli. If I wasn't doing this for dinner and I was doing it for like a lunch, then I would have done like some mashed potatoes. I have to keep like switching arms of this camera because it's so heavy. I would have done like mashed potatoes with it, but since we're having it for dinner and I really try not to have too much carbs for dinner, we're just gonna have it with a side of broccoli. It's gonna be really good. And I think this will probably be my last meal that I have today because I usually don't have a snack after dinner, but we'll just see how I feel. I will technically have probably like 30 more minutes left in my eating window, so if I want to have a little snack, I can. We'll just see. So let's get dinner cooked. So to make this Parmesan crusted chicken, it is so simple. So you just have one bowl filled of some flour, and then you have another bowl filled of some Panko bread crumbs and some cornflakes and Parmesan cheese. And then I just season up the flour, just like salt, pepper, garlic, and a little bit of parsley. And then you want to go ahead and crack some eggs as well. I usually will use 2 to 3 eggs. I ended up having to go back and add a third one because 2 was not enough. So you just beat the chicken as flat as you can kind of get it, and then you just turn it over, and then you would beat the other side as well. So I completely forgot to season the chicken breast, but I do remember when I get to the second chicken breast. But how you coat it is you first dip it in the flour, and then you dip it in the egg mixture, and then you go ahead and dip it in the breadcrumb mixture. Super simple, and then you just put it on a baking sheet and it is good to go. Here is how it looks before I pop it in the oven. Since I forgot to season that one, I just went ahead and seasoned it, and then when I flip it over, I'll season the other side. But this is how it's looking, and I'm gonna pop it in the oven, and then we'll add the broccoli right here. So I let the chicken get a 10-minute head start because the chicken takes about 35-40 minutes to cook, and the broccoli only takes about 25 minutes. So I add that in once the chicken has had a little bit of time to cook, and I'm just seasoning the broccoli with some vegetable seasoning and some olive oil spray. All right, so dinner is all done. Here is how everything is looking. I like to cook the Parmesan chicken really crispy, so I do mine a little bit longer. The broccoli's looking crispy and delicious. So that is what we're having for dinner. Okay guys, that completes today's video. I hope you got tons of inspiration of some healthy meals that you can implement back into your meal plan. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you guys are doing intermittent fasting or you've done it before, leave me some tips down in the comments for me and for the community here. I'm always willing to hear some different tips of things that I can do to help me with my intermittent fasting. And I will be seeing you guys very soon with a brand new video. Bye.
Right.